Hi, I had no idea it was recording. I'm so sorry. Let's not mind the hair. We're just gonna look past the hair. And we're just gonna jump right into this video. So I've gotten a lot of questions and comments about my business plan. So there are two things that I talked about. One of those things are resetting my business, and the other thing is my business plan. So what I've just decided to do was kind of create a video to pretty much explain. I wrote it down, the things that I normally do, and this is just a rough copy. It's not necessarily, this is the things I do um, outside of my vision board. So outside of my vision board is also a part of my business plan, but it's done before the vision. The vision board is done before the business plan is put into paper in a notebook. Okay. So one thing that I need everybody to understand is, first things first, you need to have a notebook, some sort of a notebook. I don't care if it's a notepad, if it's something like this, which is actually a Post-it. I don't care if it's something like this. I don't care if it's a calendar. I don't care if you went in your daughter's room and took her school supplies and you took a binder and you divided it. It is going to be very crucial that you have something to write on. I know we are in the technology of phones. I get it. My phone's right here. I'm on my computer right now. My iPad's on its way. My tablet is right there. I get it. We're in the world of gizmos and gadgets. We have to sometimes backtrack it to black and white, pen and paper. Why? It's obtainable. It's something that you were setting in stone that you want to do. Don't get me wrong. I use the notes in my phone all the time. I use the notes on my tablet. I use the notes on my laptop. I use the notes for what they are for. But when it comes to my business, I need to be able to say, hey, let me go grab that and let me go look at what I said I was supposed to do this month. So a couple of things that I am going to do differently this year that I don't normally do is I'm going to revamp how I do my business plan. So usually I do my business plan in one of my miniature binders. So if y'all don't know, I am addicted to mini binders. These are mini binders. I am addicted to these. This mini binder particularly has my certificates in it, but I have tons of other mini binders, and yes, you're looking at that right. I only paid $1 for it. I love mini binders. So one thing that I do is I take my mini binder and I make sure I have paper. It is very hard to find 1.5-inch binder paper, but I find it at Amazon. So anyway, boom, 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 boom. Find your paper. You're going to divide your paper in, okay, remember school when you had history, math, blase, 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 blah? You're going to do that. You're going to do that 12 times. Here's the reason why I'm changing my business plan of how I'm going to lay it out. I'm just going to use a binder. I usually will just fold down the page or make a tab. I decided this year that I'm going to change that. So first thing that I do in my business plan is I write down what I want to gain in my business this year. That is going to always be your cover letter. Whether that's changing your why, revamping your why, always add your why into your business plan. Why? Because it is the reason why you are doing what you're doing, right? So you're going to write that down. Then you are going to you're going to have that paper. So let's take this book, for example. I got books everywhere. Let's take this book. This is my Zumba instructor book. So this right here is going to be your business plan, what you gain, what you plan on gaining out of the entire year. You're going to put your why. You're going to put bing, bang, bong, bang, bang. But here's how you're going to label it. January, I plan to gain. February, I plan to gain. March, April, blah, to plot, to plot, to plot, to plot, to December. If you need more space than this, that is fine. This is just going to be what you're going to look at. So it doesn't have to be perfect, but it has to be something that you're going to look at. And then you're going to open it. And then you're going to have your tabs. So you're going to have your 12 tabs like you did in school. And those 12 tabs are going to be the months of the year. Everything that you put on this front page. So in January, I want to achieve certified consultant status. How am I going to achieve certified consultant status, right? That goes into the January section. And you're going to write everything down that you feel that you need to achieve to reach certified consultant status. Lead, star, superstar, blah, 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 da, da, da. Even if you're at the highest level and you can achieve another level, look at your lifetime PRV. Look at you. Are you earning the annual mentorship? Are you earning the annual sales? Start to look at the things you can earn in this business. And if that is a goal that you want to achieve, write it down. Right? Okay. Now you're going to write down how you are going to achieve those goals. Like, how do you plan on reaching those goals? Even if it's the same thing for every month for the first 10 days of the month, you're going to try to do bing, 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 bing. Doesn't matter. Write it down. By the third month, if this whole thing is new to you, you are going to flip-flop through your system. I promise you. You are going to flip-flop through your system, and that is okay. Why? At this point, you are building your plan. This is something that's new. It's like you've never tried this before, so you want to make sure it works, right? So now, every time you achieve something, so let's just say every month, everyone's first goal, it should be to be active. Doesn't matter. Your first goal is to always be active. You never, ever, 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 ever want to go a month without being active. I pinky promise you, it will bite you in the tail. Now, if you have those months and you are not active, it is okay. Understand what I'm saying. It is 100% okay to not be active because life happens. So do not think for a second, Naija said you must be active because if you are not active, you are doing something bad. That is not what I'm saying. It is a reason why I'm telling you to be active every month. It makes it easier for your business. You don't have to worry about, oh my God, am I going to lose my business? Oh my God, am I going to lose my downline? You don't have to worry about that if at least you're achieving active. Now, if you want to start making the big bucks, if you want to start rolling into the dough, you have to start reaching 500 a month PRV. That is my minimum goal to myself, is 500 a month PRV. I am done with bypassing the 200, but I am also a star consultant. I've been doing this for 3 years. I've come up with a system to attain at least 500 PRV a month. Right? That's just me. Baby step this, guys. Do not jump out the window and be like, Naija said I got to do this, this, that, and the third. So boom, here I go. And you feel like you failed because the first month, nothing is working for you. I'll get to that in a second. Secondly, after you've done that and you have your plan, I need you to go into your workstation. I need you to go through your sales for the previous month. You're going to look at the sales, whether your numbers were high, whether they were low, whether they were mid, and you're going to think back. And this is when scrap paper comes into play. Because you're going to think back. And you're going to think back, what did I do so good, bad, ugly, or indifferent in this month that I can either continue to do, change, or fix? Does that make sense? So you're going to look at the things that you can keep doing, change something, or fix something. Nothing in your business is broke necessarily to say the word that you have to fix it. But you do want to be able to say in this business, you have achieved what you wanted. Does that make sense? And again, when you do that, you're going to also look at your customers for the year. If you have customers, like I have customers, I have about 23 customers or so that have not ordered from me in a long time. So I'm going to reach back out to them because they're on my list to be removed from my monthly mailers. And if I reach out to them, I'm going to reach out to all my customers. More importantly, I'm going to reach out to the customers who haven't ordered to try to get them excited about the business. I usually use Bring Back My Bar as a great segue to get them interested in the business. I usually introduce the spring summer 2022 catalog that's coming out. Would you like a copy? You know, I use those kind of things to kind of gear them back into the business. Now, if you don't get a response, don't take that personal. You never know if that person changed their number. Obviously, they haven't ordered from you in so long, so you don't know. Don't take it personal. Just roll with it. Write it down. Y'all are going to hear me say this a lot. If y'all haven't heard nothing from me before, write down everybody who you contact. Okay, so segue. you can go into your workstation, you can print out your contacts, and you can mark off everybody that you called. So I don't know if y'all ever worked in like a business where y'all had to call people and you just mark down if they called. If you called them, they answered, what the conversation was. If you left a message, they said they want to call you back. Whatever the case may be, is bing bang boom. You write that down because it's gonna come into play later. And then if you have a team, I need you to reach out to your teammates. One, I need you to make sure you have a team folder or a team binder, something to keep your team information. Now, if you have one of the massive teams, I get it. It's going to be hard to keep up with everyone. But I'm pretty sure there's going to be a system that you have in place to keep up with everyone if this is something that you're doing. I'm a very small group. So I try to keep up with my team. And this is going to be something that I pray that when I grow in my team size, that this is something that I can keep up with them as well. Even if it's a text message. Your goal is going to be to reach out to your teammates and to see what they want to gain this year out of their business. Remember, everyone should be working on their business plan, right? And then you're going to come up with ways they can achieve it. You guys have to make that very important. When you reach out to your team members, these are the things that they want to do. So y'all can come up with a plan so that they can achieve their goal. As a sponsor, I'm learning I am not responsible for my downline's sales. I can't make my downline or my teammate go out there and get a sale. I can give them the tips. I can give them the things that I do, but I can't make them do it. Sometimes some people just check out the business, my personal opinion. But at the end of the day, it is what they want to do in their business. So they're going to have to achieve that goal. But you as the sponsor, your job is to help them. Give them the knowledge, give them the tools, give them the things that they need. Now, mind you, they have the same access to the workstation as you do. Don't beat yourself up if you feel as if this person just isn't not being receptive. I get it. You cannot. The only thing you can do is present the information and let it fly. Right? Okay. Another thing that I do. So after you guys talk to your team, you can also segue into monthly meetings. You can segue into that as well. Sometimes some people struggle during the transition month and some people soar during the transition month. It all varies on the person. So you can also do that. The next thing that I do is I check out the success story. I write a list of what I need. A few things that are on my I need: catalogs, showcase brochures, which I have a ton of, which I'm going to stop ordering, product sheets. Two main things I feel that I need for sure are product sheets, because I give those out and I always end up with a lot, but still, and the catalogs. But I think I'm going to switch that to catalogs and showcase brochures. I'm going to see. And the testers. So please know that on the workstation, there is already the preparation for the transition. This gives you all the information you need. Now, what do I write on my list? On my list, I write the things I need, the things I want, and all the new things, so I feel I gotta have it. I am that type of person. Now, do I get the things I feel like I gotta have as soon as we transition? No. No, I do not. I do not get the things that I feel I gotta have it if I don't necessarily need it. If it's not gonna benefit my business, I'm not gonna jump out the window and get it. Branding things, I feel a little differently about that. Like, I love to brand my business. Like, on the weekends, I always got something Scentsy related. It just depends. But that's also just me. So those are the things that I do in my business plan. It is hard to come up with a plan. It is hard to come up with a plan. This is what works to me. I took my business plan and I broke it down into about 4.5 very easy bullet points. Well, 5. We can say 5. Why? I do not want to overwhelm anybody who sees this video with the fact that they got to have all of this and all of this and all of this and all of this and do this and do that. No. It's time to bring things back to the basics. And what does that mean? That simply means bring it back to something simple. Bring it back to what you know. If you know how to write down your information, I have lots of customers who are not tech people, okay? Not tech people. I have customers who refuse to use my website, but want to order from me. So how do they order? On an order form with a brochure? Like, those are my kind of customers. They'll call me and say, hey, I need to place this order. And I'm like, okay, let me go ahead and help you. You know what I mean? Like, those are my customers. Those are my customers. So that I know that those are my customers. So I know that I have to help my customers with those orders. Whatchamacallit. So bring it back to the basics. Plain and simple, point blank period. I literally just wrote this down because this is something that I am also going to reintroduce into my business. Is the basics. Go back to when you were at your highest, right? Go back to whenever you were at your highest. It doesn't matter how long you've been in the business. It doesn't matter if you have been having this highest moment for months. Go back to that. Take what you did at that moment. I literally promise you not, and I'm going to come off of this in just a second. When the pandemic hit, I went live every single day. Every single day I went live. And I was hitting over 1,000 PRV a month for at least 3 months. That was the best time of my life. And I couldn't figure out how I was doing it. Go back to the basics. So I'm going back to going live every day. I'm going back to going doing YouTube videos twice a week. I'm going back to that. Like, I started it and I shot my own self in the foot because life took over. And that's okay. Things happen. I used to go live every day, no matter what. 5-minute minimum. I gave myself 5-minute minimum just to ramble on. Go back to the basics. Go back to the drawing board. Write your business plan out. Achieve these goals. Let's not make this harder than what it is. Like, yes, we have a business where we got to do stuff. Yeah, we get it. We get it. But let's make it fun. Let's make it fun. Let's start creating the atmosphere, creating the vibe that we want our business to achieve. Because who else is going to run your business but you? Nobody. Doesn't matter how much support you have. It doesn't matter nothing. It's your business. You got to do it. So literally, I promise you, write a business plan. Now, if you want to sit and talk to me, send me a comment and like, hey, let's talk. I'll figure out a way to give you my number and we'll go ahead and we'll chop it up. I don't mind helping you. I don't mind even doing video conferences and we're all just up there in onesies with hot cocoa making vision boards. I don't mind none of that. I'm with it. I'm here for it. I'm down for it. Let's do it. So we're going to make 2022, because I keep saying 2020. We're going to make 2022 our best year ever. And no matter what, even if you don't reach that goal that month, okay, chalk it up to a lesson and move on. Even if you don't achieve that goal next month, chop it up as a lesson and move on. Do not let not misconstruction, that's not a word. Do not let the mishaps of the year before hinder your year moving forward. Remember, you are in control of your outcome. Nobody has control of you but you, right? So when you keep that in mind, write it down, execute it, and kill it. So I will be back later, and I love talking to you guys. Peace out.